Welcome back to Adobe Photoshop. So this week, Adobe has come out with a new release of the program for 2025. And there are three main new functions that we're going to take a look at inside of the program. There's no sense in elaborating anymore and making this video longer than possible. So let's slide on over to Adobe and see what's new inside of the program for 2025. All right, we are inside that new version of Photoshop. Now, the first thing that you need to do before you start using any of these AI features is make sure you go to Photoshop, Settings, and Image Processing, I think. Yep, it's Image Processing. And right here, it says Select Subject and Remove Background, use the cloud, all right? So this is gonna give you better results than if you're using your device. And then right here where it says faster or more stable, make sure you've got more stable selected here. Look, this is just going to give you better results using artificial intelligence, which a lot of what we have new in the program uses. We're going to go ahead and hit OK. And we are going to use the first thing that we have here, which is the frame tool. There's where my frame tool is located. And look, I have a custom toolbar, so I've removed some tools and unnested some tools. So if mine looks a little different than yours, don't worry, but this is the frame tool. So we're going to click on that frame tool, and up here we've got some shapes, and I could click on the drop down menu and I could select from any of these shapes. But in this case, we're just going to leave this wolf or fox or whatever the thing is. We're going to go ahead out. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to hold my shift key to keep this square, and I'm going to make a selection out, and boom, just like there is that subject. So we have that shape of that wolf or fox or whatever I created. And then we're going to come down here to import image. And this is going to navigate to some images that I have. And I know somewhere in here I have a picture of a red fox. We're going to click the red fox. And boom, just like that. Imported the red fox into this image. Now it's making this a little bit small, so I'm going to transform this. Holding shift and options just so it fills the frame a little bit and hit return. And so there we go. We've created a custom shape. I've clicked import an image, and then any image that you import will automatically be placed into the selection of the custom shape in that frame. That is what's new inside of Adobe Photoshop. So let's go to the roses, and there the roses are. And okay. The first thing you need to make sure is that you got that contextual taskbar up here, because the rest of the stuff that we have now is going to use that sometimes. So inside the contextual taskbar, you can see right down here, we've got something called adjust colors. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And what this is going to do is not anything really new. It's just a new way to do something. So what it does that it's new is you can see up here in the properties, it says prominent colors. And what it's done is it gone through this image and selected the prominent colors in the image. So if I want to change the color of an item, let's say I wanted to go in here to the green, okay, I can select that green, and then I can take the green images and I can adjust their color. I can make them any color that I want. Now, the issue with this image, it's got some green and it's got some yellow. So just because you adjust it doesn't mean it's going to make a difference. Let's say this time I want to select the roses. Well, I can come over here and pick one of the colors in the roses, which is going to be any of these. I'll just and pick the one in the middle. And so it's only selecting that specific color, kind of. Down here, we've got this range selector. In the range selector, it's always been there. And we can extend the range by grabbing there, or there. So if I want to adjust this color, and I'm just going to go ahead and make it a different color so we can see. You can see it's not getting these little bits here. So maybe I need to extend that range. And as I extend the range, you'll see it getting added here. I'm also going to grab that one and just kind of start sliding. And if I do too much, it starts to creep down because, yeah, there's some yellow in that, right? I can also do the same thing over here on this side. So the range selector lets us control how much of the items in this area that we want to select. And then if I want to add to it, I can click on that one. I can come in here and I can adjust that color as well. This is called adjust colors, and it lets you pick and identify colors in an image and adjust them. It's not new, it's just a new way to do it. Hey, if you haven't heard, I have started a new business called T-Lab Designs, where we create custom designs for t-shirts. We have a photography collection as well as a whole bunch of other really cool designs. If you'd like to take a look at tlabdesigns.com, I will have the link in the description below. And for all first-time purchasers, just hang out on the website for a few seconds and a little wheel will pop up. You can spin that and try to win a discount of up to 20% off your first purchase. So let's go to our next image here, and we have these two guys. And boy, whoever toned this did a horrible job. It's way too green. So let's go ahead and make this a little more neutral. Maybe a little less yellow. Okay, that looks pretty good. And so I've made these adjustments here. Now, to do this, you need to make sure that you're selected on the image layer up here. So we're going to select that, because if we do the next step, it won't work. The adjustment layer is selected. And we're going to come up here to the object selection tool, and then we're going to automatically click select people, which it does usually automatically anyways if you've told it to do it. And this looks familiar because this is inside of Adobe Camera Raw and Adobe Lightroom, and it has been for a while, but they finally added it. Now, they've changed the way it works a little bit, like the different areas that you select, I think make more sense. So what we can do here is if we want to select all people, we can select there, or if I want to select this guy, I can select there, or I can select this guy and select there, right? So both of them individually, and if you click individually, it comes up. We can select the entire person like it is now, or we can come in here and select the hair, the eyebrows, the eyes, the iris, the nose, the facial skin, ears, teeth, mouth, beard, upper body, arms, accessories, and upper clothes. So let's say I want to adjust this guy's teeth. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and select and hit apply. It's using artificial intelligence to make that adjustment. I can come over here and we can brighten his teeth up. And so if we want to come back in and make another adjustment, you'll notice that because I have that adjustment layer selected, it's saying it didn't find any people. That means that you need to come down here, select that image, select people. In this case, if I want to come and select this guy, we can select there. I can say I want to select his hair, his teeth, and his upper clothes. And we're going to hit apply. Photoshop has made those selections for us. And look, this is a hard selection. So if you do want to come here and go to select and mask and you wanted to feather this out, you would need to do that. And then you could output that as a selection. We could hit OK. And then we could come up here into curves and we can just brighten that a little bit. And that is using the artificial intelligence selections to brighten it. Here's what that mask looks like. And now we're out. And so that's it for what's new inside of Adobe Photoshop. Now, look, the beta option does have a few new things, but I'm assuming that most people don't have the beta version downloaded because you're going to run into some bugs and issues, and they're not going to work perfectly yet. So if you found this video helpful and could give us a thumbs up, that would be great. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below, and don't forget to subscribe.